Okay. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to start the presentation. Yay! Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Awesome. It's so great when technology works.
Woohoo!
So happy that you are here. Welcome to this oily class, and welcome to Young Living and learning more about Young Living. We are focusing the month of January specifically on building and creating healthy habits. That's like our passion, and really it makes sense, right? The threshold of a new year. It's a great reset. Everybody's thinking about like, okay, how do I want my year to look? What are my goals? What do I want to shape my year with? And I feel like starting strong is a great way to do that. But also, we want to think realistically. We want to build habits that we can maintain, because if we just do something for a couple days or a few weeks, it's not going to really yield the fruit that we want in the long run. So that is our hope, that tonight we can inspire you to build and create some new healthy habits. And so also our passion is to love well by educating and empowering you to be your own wellness advocate, equipping you with powerful solutions for radical life change. I love that statement, and that truly is our passion. My friend Jessica and I are going to be teaching tonight together. I just want to introduce myself really quick first. My name is Amy. That's my family. My husband Trent and I have been married for 16 years, and those are our three daughters, Sydney, Savannah, and Hadley. And we live in Orange County, California. I've been passionate about wellness for a long time, but a holistic wellness specifically, like plants, plant-based eating, exercise, like all the things that we hear, that we've been hearing, hydrating, less processed foods, those kinds of things. But when essential oils came into my life in 2017, it was something I really knew very little about. But we were in a situation where we had just moved, our immune systems were pretty suppressed. We were in a new environment, we were in a new home, we were in a new neighborhood, new jobs, new friends, the whole nine yards. And I think just like the stress of all of it just really affected my children and my husband, especially. And I was kind of like holding the fort together. And I never really got sick, but my whole family was sick. And so I remember talking to my friend Tara, and she always smelled so good. And I'm like, what are you wearing? And we had just met since we moved to Orange County. And she's like, oh, it's essential oils. I'm like, okay, I need to know all the things. Like, I've always been curious, like, tell me. And so anyway, that kind of started our conversation. And then a few weeks later, my kids were sick, my husband was sick, and I was like, do you like, I don't know what to do. And she's like, here's my diffuser, here's some oils, take them home. I'll give you some tips. You can't mess it up. And it was just amazing, the immediate impact it had on the atmosphere of our home. My daughter was having night terrors. They stopped immediately. I just noticed that our immune systems were like boosted, and we became more resilient, and we were back in school and all the things. And so I said to my husband, I'm like, babe, I think these work. And he's like, I don't care how much that kit costs, you need to get it. I'm like, I love you. So that was the beginning of our journey with Young Living. And ever since that time, so 3.5 years ago or so, we have just repeatedly seen healthier years in our lives, and just better immune health overall. I just love the solutions that are right at our fingertips. And so it's so wonderful to be a part of this amazing company. It's so fun to be a part of this tribe. And one thing you can know about our tribe specifically, the people that are here tonight, we are really focused on education. And so that's why we teach these classes, because we care a lot about, like, it's great. Essential oils are great and they're trendy. They're really not. I mean, they are, but they've been around for thousands of years. But the heart is like, what's it going to do if you don't know how to use it? How's it going to help you? And I love the people on this call tonight are all so individually passionate about their own health and wellness and being their own wellness advocate, and have really stepped into just offering that gift to others. Like, it's just a free gift, like, hey, how can I help you? Like, here's a roller, here's an oil. And I am so blessed to be a part of this community where we're more passionate about giving these tools to help others than we are just keeping them to ourselves. So Jessica, that's a great segue because you are someone I learn from daily in the way that you inspire me, the way that you model consistency and sharing and loving on the people in your life by living that out. So if you would share your story with us and tell us a little bit about you and your family, that'd be amazing.
Thank you, Amy. You are so, so sweet. My name is Jessica, and I live out here in the South in Alabama. And I started with Young Living back in May of 2020. I can't believe it's almost been a year. Can you believe it?
That's wild.
Gosh, that is insane. Okay. And what a whirlwind it has been in this year. I mean, I have learned an insane amount of information. And I mean, all of that Amy was saying about how our wellness and how she was already kind of on that journey, I was polar opposite. I want
Wow.
nothing to do with oils. I thought y'all were crazy people and y'all needed Jesus, or I don't know what y'all were doing, but I didn't know. You don't know what's good until you get it, right? And so when Young Living came into my life, it was the perfect time.
She just said something.
Oh, hold on. I think we need to mute. Hold on. That's back. There we go. Okay, go ahead, Jess.
Okay. So it was the perfect timing when Young Living came into my life because I had just had our son, Weston, who was born a micro preemie, and he was born 1 pound, 12 ounces at birth. And because he was a preemie, he was on the ventilator for so long. And he's doing great now. Like he's totally fine. But we had to make some major changes in our life and in our home and in our wellness. And, I had to be aware of what he was breathing in all the time in our home and the types of things that I used to clean. And I mean, it was time for me personally and for my entire family to be in control over our wellness. Um, and so since May, our lives have radically changed, and I am obsessed with all the oils. I'm obsessed with Young Living, the company in general. I'm obsessed with our tribe. We have the most amazing women a part of our group and men. And I don't know, like I'm here for it, and I'm so excited what 2021 is going to have in store for me and my family. So that is my story.
I'm
Yeah.
so thankful for the impact that it's had on your children and on your family because that's why we do what we do. So I'm really, really grateful for the tools. And I'm grateful that your dad had the idea to give you the starter kit and help you get started and that like sparked you. That's the best.
Yeah, it was truly the best gift. Like you talked about that it was the best gift, and it is the best gift I've probably ever received. So
Wow.
absolutely.
Wow, that's awesome. That's so awesome. So we have a little chat box and we just want to use it as an opportunity. I want you to feel like you can engage, interact, and we can unmute and take questions at the end as well. But throughout the presentation, please feel free to chat, ask questions, make comments. But like I said earlier, because we're really focused in January on healthy habits, I want to ask you guys this question, and I'd love for all of us to be introspective for a second. What is one healthy habit that you want to implement in 2021? And I know it's hard to narrow it down to just one because I have like a lot of things that I want to do. But even today, I was teaching music at my school, and I was like, sharing with my students like something that I want to work on, and it was like, okay, like I have a list, and so when it comes to diet, lifestyle, exercise, nutrition, what is one thing that you'd like to implement in 2021? And just go ahead and hop into the chat and share that with us, at some point in this, and feel free to engage and interact with each other. If you see a comment, you're like, yeah, me too, or whatever. You can use that space. It's your space to comment and interact. And Jessica and I will hop in and kind of back and forth as much as we can to help field those questions. And if you're watching this on Facebook, welcome. We're so glad you're here. If this is a replay, hashtag replay. But if you're watching this live or the replay, please feel free to ask questions and make your comment as well. What is one thing you'd like to implement in this year that would be a new healthy habit? So before I move on, one of the things that that I have come to notice, and was really Young Living was a catalyst for this in my life, was really understanding the depth of kind of what our generation is facing when it comes to chemicals and toxins, and just kind of how we're berated with, right? These toxic products. And I think it was like very eye-opening because I was using, the healthiest or safest grocery store options that I could find. But with Young Living and my education and just some different websites, the EWG and other websites that I came across through my experience with Young Living, I realized that I actually wasn't protecting my family as much as I could be. And so what we're going to do right now is we're just going to talk about what our generation is facing when it comes to toxic chemicals, when it comes to kind of the deception that's really hard for us to see through, unless someone tells us. And so that's kind of what we're here to do, is we're here to educate you in that area and in a few other areas. So I just want to start by sharing the average number of chemicals that the typical woman applies per day is 515. And that's like, we're talking personal care, makeup, all the different things that we use, hairspray, hair care. It takes 26 seconds for the chemicals in your products to hit your bloodstream when they are applied to the skin. And it takes 3 seconds when they're inhaled. So, that applies to toxic chemicals, but it also applies to good things like essential oils. So you think about that, that's powerful.
Yeah.
26 seconds, right? And then 3 seconds when you just walk into your room and inhale it. So even more so, the air, the pollution in the air that we breathe is affecting our cells and all of our body systems.
Totally.
So the word bioaccumulation is just a big word that stands for the building up of toxins over time. So is your body overly stressed with overflowing buckets? So just that idea of like, if you're constantly overwhelming, like I'll just give this example. I used to use dryer sheets and then I switched to the free and clear. But then I came to find out that even those are very, very toxic. And actually the dryer sheets are one of the most toxic things that we have in our homes. And so I immediately threw them out. But it's interesting because when your body is overloaded with toxins, your immune system is suppressed. You're not at your best to ward off the common cold or any kind of thing that comes across, your immune system isn't going to be able to defend itself in the same way. There's going to be some compromise. So that was very eye-opening for me to realize, man, I'm raising daughters. I don't want there to be endocrine disruptors and other things that that their bodies are having to face in this culture. I want to strengthen them. So I talked a little bit about the deception, and this slide is going to break that down a little bit more. There's a term called greenwashing. Maybe you guys are familiar with it. While many clean, natural, and organic products on the market do steer clear of certain ingredients, there are still many toxic ingredients lurking inside. And I mentioned those endocrine disruptors, carcinogens, neurotoxins, and more. It's deceiving because we think we're making a better choice, but these products are very harmful to ourselves and the ones that we love. And then I think we see so many things that mask themselves as green products. I mean, really on the shelves of Target and Walmart and other stores, right? So what you can do, and our goal isn't to like focus on the labels of these products and trash talk any one specific product line, but our goal is to say it's not what it's claiming to be. Yeah. And there, if you look at just the words on the page, I'm not going to take the time to read them all, but just damaging to DNA, linked to cancer, respiratory issues, skin irritants, and these are all things that not all, but a lot of these things I experienced growing up with just the chemicals that we use to clean our home. And I thought it was normal. I thought you were supposed to like be wheezing and have your eyes burning when you were cleaning the bathroom. Like I'm serious. Like, I know that sounds weird, but I didn't know that there was another way. And it's like you got the fans going and all the windows open and you're still like feel
Done.
horrible. And the burning headache I used to get, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is what we're facing as a culture. And if you don't know, you don't know.
Right.
So synthetic fragrance is a frequent offender in disrupting the endocrine system. Common household cleaners, even the ones that look natural, because they're getting really good at masking that, aren't they?
Yeah.
The word green, or figuring out a way to put organic in the title or whatever, or plant-based or whatever. It's disrupting the endocrine system. Because of the synthetic fragrance. Synthetic fragrance is essentially a chemical soup of hundreds of different toxins that companies are not mandated to disclose. They are considered a trade secret. And so what you might want to do as a challenge, and just so you know, we've all been there. So there's no shame in this. It's just like when you know better, you do better. So just as a challenge, look under your sink, look in the bathroom, and turn it around, turn the products around, and look and see if there's the word fragrance on there. And if there is, that word can hide hundreds, if not thousands, of chemicals that are very damaging to your body's health and to your natural defenses. So just to be aware of that, I think is so key.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, fragrance is in everything. Everything.
So true.
I mean, that was a huge pivotal point, even with like my son, my baby's products that he has to use all the time. And so I had to really like dig and research what was on the back of the bottle, the ingredients. Okay, so another thing that is I learned, we've all learned, is that candles are so toxic, and it's because of paraffin wax. Paraffin wax actually releases horrible chemicals that are super harmful to our lungs. And I know we all love candles and we love the ambiance, and I mean, I've found a way to make my own candles now with no harmful ingredients. And so I'm so excited to make my own candles and use my essential oils for that, I guess, that smell. But paraffin wax releases benzene and toluene and formaldehyde, and those are known carcinogens. So these toxins, they attribute to a lot of our headaches and dizziness and asthma attacks and all the respiratory issues, and just throw them out. They're not for you. They're not your friend. They're just really not your friend. It's true, right? I mean, we love them, but sometimes we can find new friends. New friends are healthy for us, right? I think you can go to the next one. Okay, so yeah, and then there's plugins and air fresheners. Those are not your friends either. They're highly toxic and super dangerous for our bodies and our wellness. They have naphthalene, which is a lung cancer, which can cause lung cancer and tissue damage. Formaldehyde, like I already talked about, which is a known carcinogen. They also have volatile organic compounds, which degrade the indoor air quality, leaving us more vulnerable to sickness. So like what I was saying with my son, Weston, he already has chronic lung disease from being on the ventilator for so long at birth. And so if I were going to burn a bunch of candles and have plugins and air fresheners and all of these extra things that are just going to disrupt his fragile lungs, on top of them already like struggling to grow, that would have just been really, really, really harmful. And so I'm so thankful that I found a better way to make my house smell like heaven and not have all the horrible things that go along with it. So throw those away too. Throw them out. You don't need them.
So true.
So true. Okay, so y'all, when I started with Young Living, one of the first things that I got on my loyalty month is I got the laundry soap, and the laundry soap has literally changed our lives. Like, I love it so much. Laundry soap, fabric softener, dryer sheets. Like Amy said, those are some of the most toxic things in our homes. And Young Living makes it so easy for us to switch these products for a true, safer way than what we've known before. And I threw away my dryer sheets, and I got rid of my laundry soap, all the laundry stuff, and I only use Young Living, and I make this huge batch of, okay, well, it's not huge, it's a gallon batch of laundry soap, and it's only $6 for the whole gallon. It is so affordable. It saves me money. Like, I think the gallon lasts about 8 weeks, and we're a family of 4 and we're large people. Like, it's a no-brainer. Why is the world not doing this? This is a super simple, easy switch for you to make. And my clothes smell so clean. Like, they don't really have a scent, but it's just, it's what it's supposed to smell like.
Yeah, we've been conditioned by that sense. It's like, it's not clean. It's like, just like we were saying with the bathroom and the, the harsh chemicals. It's not clean if it doesn't smell like Comet and your eyes are burning.
Yeah.
Lysol or whatever, and it's the same with our clothes. It's like, now when I walk by someone's house and the dryer's going and I smell the dryer sheets, it's like it just turns my stomach, because I'm like, I have that out of my environment.
Yeah, no, it totally closes up my throat when I walk by houses. Even when I go down the laundry aisle, which it's been amazing because I don't really have to do that. But like, by chance I have to go down the laundry aisle, like, you can already feel it in your lungs. All of the synthetic fragrances, all the yucky stuff. Like, I can't even begin to tell you. But so yeah, change it, sisters. Change it. So 80%, you guys, of the 10,500 ingredients used in personal care products have never adequately been tested. In 1938 was the last time Congress passed legislation regulating the ingredients in our care products. I mean, this is a travesty. Like, this is not okay. And kind of like what Amy was talking about in the beginning of how, well, until we know better, we don't know to do any better. And we just kind of trust, right? We just trust that what people are telling us is the truth. And we just trust that, oh, well, it's on the shelf, so it's okay for me to buy. But until we look up those ingredients, we don't know. And again, I'm just so thankful that Young Living has products that are safe for us and safe for my children, and that are super tested, tested.
Exactly.
So, like I said, there's so many toxins in our personal care products. In the beginning, I went kind of crazy and I looked up like all the ingredients in my deodorant, and I wanted to fall on the floor because I was literally putting cancer-causing ingredients on my skin every day. My child's lotion. I mean, you guys, like, we're not just saying this. This is the truth. So, parabens disrupt hormone function by mimicking estrogen, and too much estrogen can trigger an increase in breast cell division and growth of tumors, which is why paraben use has been linked to breast cancer and reproductive issues. Before I started learning all of these things, I would go to the grocery store and I would see bottles that would say, oh, there's no parabens, there's no sulfates, blah, 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 blah. I didn't know what they were talking about. And I didn't know why they didn't need to be in my products. So, I was like, oh, like I remember my mom saying, oh, Jessica, I just got this new shampoo and it doesn't have any sulfates in it. Oh, okay, Mom, what does that do? Your hair looks the same. But so, so, you know, there's so much more awareness that I have now. And parabens are in deodorant. You guys, we put the cancer causing ingredients right, y'all. Like, it's not okay. It's not okay for us. And our shampoo, our conditioner, our lotions, everything. Literally, I had a bronzer that had parabens in the bronzer. I was putting it on my cheeks. No wonder why my face hated me. Okay. Phthalates. Phthalates are linked to asthma, obesity, breast cancer, birth defects, developmental issues. It makes you wonder, why was my son born early? I don't know. Only Jesus does. Decreased fertility, poor semen quality. All of the phthalates interfere with the production of the male hormone testosterone. Phthalates are in everything. So, like we said, you can't do better until you know better, which is why we teach these classes, which is why we are so passionate about sharing with our friends. Amy, unmute yourself. That's okay, girl.
I was talking to myself in here.
I was trying to hear you.
I've been talking this whole time to you. No wonder you can't hear me. No, I just think it's so important that we just remember that there's no judgment. I think it's so hard. It was hard for me initially because I had regrets and I was like, oh, but we have to know that there's no way we can know until we're educated and until we're ready to hear it, because that's part of it. Is healing and understanding comes in layers. So I believe you're here for a reason. And I believe that the education that you received tonight will help you and could really change the trajectory of your future. I really believe that. So if you're a parent, I want to ask you this question. If you're not, I'm going to ask it for you in a different way. But as a mom, what is one healthy habit that you'd like to model to your children? And just put that in the comments. If you're not a mom, I would ask you, what is one healthy habit that you would like to model to the people that are closest to you? Because we're all leaders in our own world, our own sphere. And so we never know who we're going to impact by the way that we live our lives. And so what is one healthy habit that you'd like to model to the people that are in your little world? So I want to share, we've shared a lot of disturbing information, but now I want to move into sharing a solution that we have found that has been life-changing for us. Young Living comes with 27 years of integrity, 27 years of experience, longevity, 7.5, I don't know, between 7 and 8 million members globally. We're in many countries across the world, and we're opening new markets all the time. And we just opened in Brazil. It's just an exciting time to be a part of a groundbreaking movement like this. We have this promise with Young Living. It's called Seed to Seal. It's the promise that sets Young Living apart from other companies because we know about our sourcing. So we're promised from the seed all the way through cultivation, distillation, testing, and the sealing of the bottle that there is a security in the purity of our products. If you did, our founder, Gary, says, if you don't know your soil, you don't know your oil. Mm-hmm. And I love that. So it's true, because sometimes we just think surface, but there's always a depth, there's always a root that we need to consider. And when it comes to Young Living, we can really, really trust the integrity of this. So I love that. Seed to Seal also has promises. I said 27 years because we're in 2021 now. 27 years of transparency, honesty, and integrity. We exceed organic standards. This is important, you guys. I think you're really going to want to take note of these things. No pesticides, no chemicals, no weed killers. Our soil's chemical free for over 50 years before we planted. Plants are pants. The men that harvest wear pants. No,
Yeah.
plants are harvested by hand and at their peak to ensure therapeutic quality. That's really important because the therapeutic grade, we can put that because it's connected to when the plant is harvested. There's vigorous testing processes with surprise audits. So when people ask about third-party testing, third-party credibility, that's a part of that, those surprise audits. We have corporately owned farms and partner farms that meet our seed to seal standards. The farms are open to visitors. As a member, you guys can go anytime. I've been to the farm in Mona, Utah a few times to plant lavender and clary sage, to visit, to experience the farm. It's like a whole vibe. Like it's such an amazing experience. I want you all to go and experience it, and I think we will hopefully get to all do that. But you can go to any farm across the world and you can ask questions. You can be a part of the process. They're very transparent with that, which kind of makes me feel secure, right? And we have the largest selection of single oils and blends on the market. So there is no other company that has what we have as far as the number of oils and blends. There's well over 300. So that's really significant. And I just wanted to touch on, I want to ask a question really quick before we go through the history. What I know you guys are hopping into the chat. What do you look for in a company? So when you're thinking about making a decision to add a product into your home or to switch to different products or whatever, what do you look for? And what helps you know when you found the best? I think those are great things to think through. And I would love to know how you guys would answer that question. And just hop in the chat and share that. So I'm just going to walk through really quick, just a quick overview of essential oil history. So some of the oldest cultures used essential oils. They're mentioned 1,100 times directly or indirectly in scripture. Anytime you see a passage that talks about anointing, they're referencing essential oils. So it was very frequently used throughout scripture. And we know that Jesus was given gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Frankincense and myrrh were considered even more precious than gold at the time. It was only after World War II when essential oils were rediscovered, and the science behind their uses grows with every single year. Our founder, Gary, is the founder of the modern day essential oils movement. He brought France's distillation practices to the States, and we are the world and industry leader. We're the original company. So it's really, I feel very blessed that I got to be a part of this company, that this was my introduction to essential oils. And we are family owned to this day, from modest beginnings to now a $2 billion thriving global business with over 7 million families as members worldwide.
That is so incredible. And I just found a whole bunch of articles earlier this week that Young Living won a bunch of awards this year. I mean, like stellar awards. So like, we're the bomb. Young Living is awesome. In case you didn't know, I'm just letting you know. Okay, so there's different grades of oils. And when I learned this, again, fall on the floor moment, it drove me insane. But companies are actually allowed to label an oil 100% when only 5% is actual pure content. So like when you go to a store and you buy an oil off the shelf, just be aware that most of the time you're buying synthetic smells, the synthetic fragrance, they're going to either have some type of filler or something's going to be added to it. And so you're not going to get an entire bottle of frankincense where it's just frankincense. So, again, we just have to be aware. So there's different grades to the different oils. There's recreational, there's aromatherapy, there's therapeutic, and then there's prime. And Young Living is like the prime of the prime oils. Like Amy said, it's the original company. And so there's nothing that really compares. Like it is, when you go to a steakhouse, you want the prime rib. You don't want the tiny little like leftover scraps that they just had laying on the counter. You want the Mac Daddy rib, okay, ribeye. So I want the Mac Daddy ribeye oils. I'm a part of Young Living because they are the primest of primes, 100% pure, therapeutic grade, the best of the best. And that is why they work for our bodies and our wellness.
Absolutely.
Gary Young saying that he never makes a product for a profit, he only makes it for a purpose. So it's just so humbling that that was his purpose in this company.
I love that.
Yeah. There's different ways to use the oils. You can use them aromatically, which is just use them. I like to, which I put on jasmine earlier, and I just put a drop in my hand and you rub it together. And my stress away might be almost gone. I think it's empty. Let me get $1. But you just put a drop in your hand and you can activate it and you just breathe it in. I just love it so much. It's so good. It's so good. I can't handle it. I mean, immediately I just feel uplifted. I mean, Valor, I mean, we'll talk about it, but it is, if it's not your favorite, you might need to check yourself, but it's one of everyone's favorite, I'm sure. But so you can inhale them, you breathe them in. Like we said, it takes 3 seconds for it to get into your bloodstream when you inhale it. That is insane, like so crazy. That is awesome. You can put them on topically. You can rub them. I like to put them on my feet. I rub them on my chest. I rub them on the back of my neck. I rub them on my head. I rub them all down my spine. I put them on my children. It is always really good to dilute them. So when you can mix it with coconut oil and you can dilute it. And then some you can just put directly on, which is neat. And then there's also internally, you can actually ingest them. So any of the oils with the white band, these, the FDA have approved that you can ingest them in food, beverages. You can put them in veggie capsules. You can mix them in your Ningxia Red, which is like, if you're not drinking Ningxia Red every day, you need to be drinking Ningxia Red every day, truly. But so there's lots of different ways to use your oils. My favorite, seriously, one of my favorite ways is to cook with my oils. I love cooking with them.
Really good at that too. I used lemon and oil in our dinner tonight, and my kids actually commented, they're like, oh, I love the lemon in this. I'm like, well, guess what?
That's awesome. I did cilantro lime brown rice tonight. It was bomb. It was seriously so good.
You already kind of covered this, didn't you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Oh, is this me? Okay. All right. So I think that this part is so fascinating, you guys. I mean, this is what I always come back to. So how oils work is they reach the heart, liver, and thyroid in 3 seconds when inhaled. So remember we talked about chemicals in 3 seconds, how they get into our bloodstream. Well, essential oils get into our bloodstream when inhaled in the same length of time. And they're found in the bloodstream in 26 seconds when you apply them to your skin. Our sense of smell is the only sense of our 5 senses that that's connected to the limbic system of the brain, the seat of our emotions. I'm going to share a quick little story. So I had COVID a few weeks ago, and I lost my sense of smell and taste, and it's still not back 100%. I would say it's probably like 80% now, but like the sharpness of it isn't there. But when you don't have 2 senses, it's very odd. It's very odd. And I continue to use the oils for emotional support and for health and wellness all through that, even though I didn't have my sense of smell, because some people actually don't have that sense. And I've been asked before, do they work if you can't smell them? Absolutely. And I felt like I was kind of a guinea pig because I went through that process a few weeks ago when I was using the oils and holding the most powerful potent oils up to my nose, I couldn't smell them at all. And it was actually peppermint was the first one I could smell coming out of it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I almost started crying. Just so excited to like have my brain kind of start to remember that sense. But it really is interesting, you guys, because our sense of smell is connected to the emotional seat in our brain, the limbic system. And that is why you see a lot of people talking about oils and emotions, which is actually our theme next month. So stick around because it's going to get really good. But really focusing on the fact that it's body, soul, mind, and spirit, and you can heal all, we're all connected. Hormones are connected to our emotions, are connected to our physical body, right? So when you help one thing, you're automatically going to be helping another. And the oils support all of our body systems. So it's very, very fascinating. And I love when I was reading in the comments, Jordan was just saying how quickly she was impacted by the oils. And I love that they have that effect because I was as well. And it's like our brains are like, yes, give me that. That's like what I need, you know? It's like they know how healthy and pure they are. They last up to 6 hours in a normal, healthy body. And then if you're like us, we apply them constantly. So they never ever go away. And then we diffuse them all night long while we're sleeping. So, anyways, this is how we recommend people start. And I think most of us here on the call tonight, this is how we got started. This is how I got started. That was my gorgeous diffuser that I ordered. And my kids have the cutest owl diffuser. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is Feather, and this is their diffuser by their bed in their room. We have lots of gorgeous diffusers, but that's the Desert Mist, and it comes with 12 bottles of the highest quality oil possible. And then you're gonna get these amazing samples of Ningxia and Thieves hand sanitizer and other things in your starter kit. And it's $165, and that comes with a lifetime wholesale membership, which is 24% off retail. But there's something even better than that. And we'll talk about it a little bit later. But as a member, you also have an opportunity to get an additional 25% back. And that's just the generosity of Young Living. Like they never cease to be generous. And that's another quality that I've loved about them that was very attractive to me and really kind of reeled me in because I feel like generosity is so contagious, but it's also so attractive. All right, should we dive in, Jess? Go ahead.
Yes, I'm so excited. I wanted to tell you though that the feather diffuser, the owl feather diffuser, it won an award this year for being like the best. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I know. It was so cool. I need to send it to y'all, but it was super cool. Okay, y'all. So I have pulled up some more like just fun facts. Like the world is crazy right now. Can I get an amen? It is so crazy. And so we all
do a few amens.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, sister. So I'll just share the story, but the other day I was having a hard time dealing with like all that was going on around us. And I forgot that I have the best tools that God has given us to combat my anxious feelings or my stress level or any of my emotions, right? Like what Amy was saying with our limbic system. And so I want to, these are the oils that come in the premium starter kit, and peppermint oil is good for all kinds of things. It is a favorite. Everyone talks about peppermint oil, even non-Young Living people, like your granny down the street, she probably knows about peppermint oil. But there's a lot of research on peppermint oil and the benefits of it. And peppermint oil is so good for enhancing your memory, increasing your alertness, increasing your processing speeds. And that is why a lot of teachers will actually give students a peppermint to suck on while they're doing tests. And anyway, like we just love peppermint in our house, and it supports so many amazing things. So frankincense. I love frankincense. Everyone loves frankincense. A lot of people will say Frank is the boyfriend, which I don't really understand that, but he's pretty rad. He's pretty cool.
Just ask Tara to explain it to you.
Oh, okay, I will. I think Michelle says it too. I think they're fighting over Frank. I think they're fighting.
Do.
Okay, so frankincense is a very sweet and woodsy kind of aroma. And a lot of times people will use it to ground them and to help them with unwinding and to ease stress. You guys, there's like 10,000 uses for frankincense, and it is a powerhouse. It is so good for our brain. So it's also helped to alleviate some of our anxious feelings. The frankincense oil can counter the effects of stress by effectively relieving sleep debt and maintaining antioxidant capacity without increasing oxidative stress, and therefore may be beneficial in the management of stress. You can Google these things. Like, these are facts. These are researched studies that I'm saying. Like, these
Not that everything on Google is factual, though. Let me just throw that in there. I mean, let me slide that on in just a sidebar. But you can find journals, scientific journals, medical journals that are documented that support exactly what you're saying. So it's not just a Google fact. It's like an actual, like, scientifically proven fact.
Yeah, these are from PubMed National, so you can look it up. But lavender, everyone loves lavender. We all know it is so good for relaxation and very soothing aroma. It is like the Swiss Army knife of oils. It is so good for so many things. Actually, my baby got burned a while back. He pulled over my coffee cup and he burned his skin. Like, it was falling off. Okay, like legitimate. So bad. Y'all, I put these two on him for an entire month. He has no scar. You would never know. I'm not lying. It's so cool. So lavender has been studied to has been shown to reduce stress and anxiety for patients in other situations. And it's been known to be very uplifting and soothing, and it's very helpful for stress and anxious feelings. And lavender is so good, and we all need it right now.
The real deal. I love it.
Okay, so the next one is thieves. And my family is just getting home from my son's basketball game. So if you hear them, that's why. Okay, so thieves. Thieves is a powerhouse. I use it all the time. It is so good to support our immune and respiratory system. It purifies the air in our home, and it has stellar cleaning power. We love thieves. I use it all the time, and I love to diffuse it knowing that I'm kind of like, I'm purifying the air that my family is breathing. Citrus Fresh, I love to cook with. It's that vitality. It has that white band, and I love to cook with it. I love to make citrus chicken, all those things. It's really good for flavoring your water. You can put it in your tea. You can put it in your water. You can scent your dryer balls. Remember, you're going to throw those dryer sheets out. You're going to throw them away. And
bye.
Yeah, for real. Bye, Felicia. You're going to put Citrus Fresh on your dryer balls instead. Okay.
Bye, Felicia.
Stress Away is so good. It is like a vacation in a bottle. It has vanilla in it, and it smells so good. I know, I want to smell it too. Oh, I love it so much.
I love Stress Away.
It smells so good, and it has lime. I think it has lime. I'm pretty sure it does.
It does. Go by Yuba. Yep.
Okay, cool. And it just smells really, really good. So it is another good one. I mean, all of those that I've listed are staples. I I use them every day. Like they're staples for right now in this crazy world, right? Like stress away, citrus rest, mood boosting. We all need to be drinking water more. That's a healthy habit that we need to incorporate. And then thieves, we need to have. I mean, you need to have it on hand all the time. Just saying.
Totally.
Yeah.
Love it, Jess. Those are so good. Yeah, stress away. Everyone responds differently to like I have some people that like stress away. Like that was Tara. So the person who introduced me to Young Living, that was her like, oh my gosh, life-changing oil. Like it just game changing, right? And other people it's lavender, or other people it's valor. For me, it was more valor than anything else. You get your jammies? You get your jammies? I'm teaching right now, sweet baby. You can hold on a second. For me, it was valor. It was like that did it for me. But everybody's oil is different, right? So just know, like they're all going to impact you, but like the one you connect with that's like life changing is going to be different for everybody, you know, because we're drawn. Our physiology is also different and unique. So, oh, Savvy left. I was going to have her help me teach. Digize. You guys, I don't love the smell of this one. I don't like the taste of it, but this is for happy tummies. And I'm telling you, when you have a tummy ache, put a drop in your belly button. We use it on we use it on our kids. We use it on ourselves. I keep it in my purse. It's just a really good one to have on hand if you get stomach cramps, if you get digestional discomfort. This is what you want to go to, and you can drink it. You can put, if I'm in a situation where I'm like desperate, what I do is we have veggie caps. And so I just open them up and I put like 5 or 6 drops of this in and take it and drink a lot of water. Boom. Hallelujah. I'm in really good condition. So Digize and actually peppermint together make a great little pair for digestional comfort. Lemon, which for some reason I don't have. I think it's because I used so much of it. I just took it out of my kit. But lemon is awesome for so many things. I mean, we all know the scent of lemon and we all naturally know what's good about lemon, probably. Since January 1st, I've been drinking warm to hot lemon water in the morning with 3 or 4 drops of lemon, a little bit, a pinch of sea salt, and actually a half fresh lemon squeezed in there as well. And I love using my essential oils because the benefits are even greater than using just the actual lemon because of how we process it, because of the therapeutic grade and the purity. It helps to remove sticky residue. It's like a goo be gone. Like you can use it for, Jessica's done stuff where she got Sharpie off of boards and stuff. It's just phenomenal. It's a really bright mood boosting oil as well. So it's very joyful and happy, and also awesome for immune support. And then Raven. Raven is great for respiratory support. Raven opens up the airways. Okay, we all might need a little bit of this year. Rubbing on your feet and your chest. You can drop it in a steamy shower. I did that a ton a few weeks ago when I needed that extra support. And it brings an atmosphere of comfort. It's got the that eucalyptus and spearmint, I think. It's just a really beautiful blend. Okay, peace and calming. This is my sweet 5-year-old's favorite oil. And it is great for bedtime. I just actually put it in their diffuser just a second ago. I like to apply different oils, but this is one of my favorites to apply on my kids at night. It's great for just winding down, calming, maybe a couple drops on the forehead, down the spine. This is a beautiful oil. And again, this is another one that some people are like, that's my jam. Like Letitia, she's like, stress away is my jam, girl. Panaway, if you work out, if you exercise, this is your BFF. It's great for relieving head tension, neck tension, any muscle or joint pain, discomfort. It also supports the appearance of healthy skin coloration, and it's got a really nice stimulating aroma as well. And last but not least, this is my BFF. I love me some Valor. Valor is like, to me, a staple. Valor is your daily dose of courage. We call it courage in a bottle. Roman soldiers used to put on a blend like Valor with the same oils and plants in it before going into battle. It has a woodsy grounding aroma. It can help relieve stress or nervous feelings. I put this on, I truly do. And I actually have made rollers for people, like going into stressful situations, meetings, confrontations. If I have a teaching situation that I'm nervous about or anxious about, I put Valor on. And here's the fun part about Valor. I think it's almost gone, but it has, the main ingredient is blue tansy. So can you guys see that blue color on my hand? That is what gives it all of its magic. Blue tansy is like a very special grounding oil. So definitely keep Valor close to you. And just know too, if you have a natural affinity or kind of a hesitation towards an oil, just know that there's something to that. So don't just dismiss it and say, ooh, I hate that smell. Because I think that's kind of what we tend to do. Or, oh, that's my favorite, and then not use anything else. Like, just know that there's something to that. And you can also talk to us more about that if you ever have that happen. All right, Jess, I think you're up, babe.
Okay.
Sorry, I think this is me. So just to close this out, you can be empowered, confident, and equipped with real effective tools to take charge of your health today and your family's well-being. You are the gatekeeper of your home. And that's not something to be intimidated by. Like, that is a beautiful thing. That's a gift and a calling. It's an honor. Let Young Living be your solution for true health and wellness. Join our community and start your journey today, because we would love to walk with you every step of the way. Okay, Jess, go ahead.
Yes, I totally agree. So like what we said, we have an amazing opportunity to switch out those toxic products that we talked about before. Young Living has more than 700 products. I love Savvy Minerals makeup. I don't wear makeup that often because it would always break me out. Always. It didn't matter what I used. Young Living doesn't. It doesn't break me out. I'm so happy. I love Savvy Minerals, and I love their makeup. We also have lotion, sunscreen, bug spray, conditioner, body wash, deodorant, skincare, everything. Like everything. We have some of the best supplements. And that is probably the biggest thing that I am utilizing for 2021. Sweet girl. That is what I am focused on, is incorporating more supplements and vitamins into my day. And so yeah, I mean, we love all of Young Living's products. My sons, my husband, y'all, hounds me. When are we getting some more toothpaste? When are we getting some more body wash? I need blah, 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 blah. My son, we just got the kids' toothpaste, and Brayden loves it. And he would complain about brushing his teeth because he never liked any of the toothpastes because they would either be too hot or whatever. Like, he loves it. I'm so happy for him.
Awesome. My girls love the toothpaste too. So I'm going to have Savvy, since she's just about to jump in the shower, but I was like, hey, come over here. Tell them, and we're going to wrap it up in just a few minutes here, guys. Tell them a couple of your favorite products. It can be oils. It can be whatever.
I like the, I forgot what it's called, like the, like dust thingy, like the sugar probiotic.
Oh,
that comes in a little tiny bag.
Mighty Pro.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the kids probiotic, and we take that. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And my favorite oil, I like Winter Night.
Winter Nights. Listen to this one.
Oh.
That's a good one. Winter Nights.
I also really like the Orange Blossom
face wash.
Face wash, yeah. I sometimes use it, even though it's Sydney's.
Her older sister has the Orange Blossoms face wash, but she's sharing with you sometimes. Awesome. Thank you for telling us. That's awesome. Yeah, I love all, like Jess, we kind of ditch and switch like gradually, right? So we started with, the oils. We started with the starter kit, and then we moved to, and then it's like you learn this information, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to throw everything out of my house. Like I couldn't wait. So it was like, okay, we need like a whole new budget. Like we need a whole new income stream, which actually Young Living provides too, if you want to take advantage of it. So that was awesome because we said yes to that at the same time, and that really blessed our family. But I'm with you, Jess. Like I've switched to over to all the makeup, all the personal care products. I love Valor deodorant. It's my favorite. I love a Dragon Time body wash. I'm a huge fan. I love it all. And my favorite supplements are Comfort Tone, Life 9, and Ningxia Red. So those are for sure my faves.
Oh, is this me again? Sorry. What do we do instead? I mean, like we've been saying this whole time, now we know better. And that's why we're so passionate about teaching these classes, because we want to share this information with everybody.
Yeah.
We're the gatekeepers of our homes. It is the best privilege. We are in control. We're in control. So now that we know better, we can do better. And you can easily start the process of ditching and switching. I've been doing it since May, and I still have things that I need to switch out. So, you do it gradually. It doesn't need to be overwhelming. It's really, really easy. Everyone needs to hear this message and have their eyes opened, and you can make your own decision from there. But that's why we encourage you guys to invite your friends and family to the next class, because they need to hear this. We all do. My life would have been really sad if I had never heard any of this. My life would have been so much worse. So I'm so thankful.
Yeah, totally, man. Do I resonate with that? I love that, Jess. Yeah. So, we talked about all the different ways that you can begin with Young Living. We have several different starter kits, and even outside of oils. But tonight we just really wanted to focus on the oils because that's how we got started. And honestly, that's kind of the way that I always recommend that people start, unless they're very set on, because we have a thieves cleaning kit and other things, or Ningxia Red, which is phenomenal. I think we should probably touch on that real quick. The Ningxia samples that come in your kit. So you're going to get a couple of these, and these are very high potency antioxidant. It's like a superfood puree. And so the wolfberry is the very highest in antioxidants on the ORAC scale of all of our food systems. So, like blueberries score like a 7,000. Well, wolfberries score 25,000. There's no caffeine in this, but it is so energizing because of the minerals and vitamins and nutrients in it. And it's very blood sugar balancing. So it's great for people who struggle with that. It's sustained energy. There's no sugar, so you're not going to get a high and a drop. Our family has fallen in love with Ningxia, and we've made it a daily part of our routine. So that's going to come in your kit, but that's also something that you could add as a healthy habit. So if you're thinking about, man, I really want to, maintain my healthy weight, I want to, et cetera. I want to have healthy blood sugar. I want to be consistent. I want to care for my body better. Ningxia is a great place to start. It's a great baseline to lay for yourself. And we also have the Welcome Home Kit, which comes with 8 oils, a really cool wooden oil rack, and then that lifetime membership discount, 24% off. So that is amazing.
So amazing.
So do you want to close us out with this one, Jess?
Oh, sure. So, and like I said in the very beginning of my story, is that we have the best tribe on the planet. We really do. We really do. We have the coolest women and men a part of our tribe. And I don't know, it's just such an honor to be a part of it. And so anytime you order a starter kit, you get to be one of us. You get to be another crazy oil lady. Okay. Like it is like, we deserve a crown because it is the best title you can have. So I encourage you to connect to the person who invited you to this class, and they're going to help you get started, and they're going to have cool stuff for you.
Yeah, really, truly, you guys. Part of why we're here is because our lives were lit up by Young Living and changed forever. And so we chose to share that love with other people. And that's totally available to you as well. Young Living is a very generous company, and they love to gift us a bonus every time we share Young Living with someone. And so that's available to you. If that's something you're interested in, we can teach a class about it. We can talk to you one-on-one. Just reach out. Don't hesitate to ask that question. I think a lot of us are looking for like multiple income streams right now as we kind of look to the future. And that's something that's become a very huge blessing for our family and has provided for us in just innumerable ways. And so just know, like, if you have that kind of, because I fell into it to share it. It wasn't something I was intending to do. I actually told the woman who introduced me to Young Living, like, I can't, I'm too busy. I can't do anything else. If you're thinking I'm going to sell this stuff. And she's like, no, like, there's no expectations of that. I just want you to love the products. And like right away, I was like telling everyone because like I'm a kind human. I love people. I care. I want people to know stuff that's going to change their lives. Right. And that's probably like you. I'm sure you're the same way. And so if it's a natural thing that you're finding yourself doing, then reach out to the person that brought you here tonight or invited you to come tonight, and they can give you more information. I would love to set up a chat with you as well anytime. So we're here for that, and we're passionate about that. And Gary's mission was to get Young Living essential oils in every single home on the planet. And so it's going to take a lot of us as an army working together to educate, to tell the story of our generation, and then to help people get these tools in their home. And so, yeah, we have a gift for you. If you enrolled tonight, if you're not already enrolled, if you enrolled tonight, we do have a gift for you. So just reach out to the person who invited you. And yeah, we're so grateful that you came. Let me go ahead and stop the recording over on Facebook, and then we can open it up for unmuting and people can ask questions and stuff. So there we go. I saw a few questions actually over on Facebook. I need to hop over and answer in a second, but yeah, please unmute yourself if you'd like, if you want to ask questions or share anything that came up for you. I didn't get to read the whole chat, so I'm going to hop in there real quick and just catch up. And Jess, did you want to add anything?
Did we talk about ER, or we didn't really talk about
Oh, no, you can, I touched on it, but I was talking about how you could earn money back on your products that you
did. Okay, just
go ahead.
No, I mean, like the easiest way. It's a minimum of $50 a month, and it's a super cool subscription box that you get to customize. So that's how each month, we just take our grocery budget and we just supplement it with, or we use our grocery budget to pay for the products that we need monthly. And you get so many loyalty gifts. You get an extra percentage off the first, or you get an extra percentage off, but then it increases after the first 3 months. It's 10%. Then the next 3 months it's 20%, and the next 3 months it's 25%. And I don't know. I just think it's like the easiest way to do the switches and ditches, because it's already there for you. You don't really have to think about it, other than you just customize it each month. So it's
so cool. Yeah. And my recommendation to people too, it's like, oh, I don't want to, like, I can't really spend. I don't need like an additional thing coming out of my, well, it's like, don't, like, you will not find a better probiotic, and everyone should be taking a probiotic. So that's just a great place to start. But then I recommend trying the makeup and trying a personal care product, at least getting the household cleaning concentrate. There's some things, and you can kind of divide it up over those first few months. And as you get introduced to the quality of every single product that you try with Young Living, you will realize that you want your home to be filled with only Young Living products, because there is nothing like it, So that's kind of what my journey looked like. I wasn't intending to be a part of, I just wanted this starter kit. I was like, but I was so impressed with everything, and I was like, I want more of this. This is like, life changing. And now I have almost every single oil, I think. So it just comes to that's how the journey is, you know. You
Yeah.
just kind of fall in love and then you want everything.
And then like you actually save money. Like with the Thieves cleaner, you save money. With the laundry soap, you save money. And then like the supplements, you're saving money because
Yes.
another class. But like, I mean, we could go on and on and on, which I won't. But yes.
You're right. Totally right. Does anyone have any questions? Feel free to unmute or anything you want to say.
They can still order a kit through the shop, right? To the premium.
Of course. Yeah. Some kits are not available through shop. Like you can't purchase the Aria kit right now. You can't purchase the CBD kit, but there are other kits. Most premium starter kits are available as a member, which is the best way to get the kit because it's 70% off retail and you get a diffuser and 12 oils. So anytime you want to replenish your supply, just get the kit and then you get yourself another diffuser for another room of your home, for your office, you know, to loan out, which I do a lot. I loan my diffusers out with some oils, and you know, people experience them and it changes so much in the atmosphere of their home, and they're like, I need this for my family. So yeah, absolutely, Jess.
Oh, that was one of the questions. That's what I thought.
Awesome. Well, we don't want to keep you guys any longer because it's been a little longer than we anticipated. Oh yeah, absolutely, Letitia. But Jess and I are so grateful to have had this time with you. Thank you so much for sharing your Thursday evening with us. And we hope to be here as a support to you along your wellness journey. So reach out and feel free to friend us on Facebook or Instagram if we don't already know you. And we're looking forward to walking this journey out with you. And we'll see you in the member hub, in the collective, on all the social media platforms.
Well,
Awesome.